Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Karina from Per Diem Thrift. If you are new here, welcome. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and I also own my own brick and mortar consignment store. Today is the second part of my Poshmark Basics mini series here on YouTube, where I tell you everything you need to know about selling on Poshmark. In today's video, I'm showing you guys exactly how I package my sales and show you guys some best tips when it comes to shipping out your Poshmark sales. First things first, congratulations! I'm so proud of you for getting your listings up and for making that first sale. I swear to you guys, it becomes addictive after this point. Once you make your first sale, it's just smooth sailing from there. You already know how it works, and we're gonna go ahead and get you some more sales. Now, before we get into actually packaging your item, there are just some rules that I want to go over just to make sure that you guys know kind of the parameters and the requirements when you are shipping your items. As you know, there are a couple ways that you can make a sale on Poshmark. Somebody can either buy your item outright, or they can send an offer, or maybe you send an offer and they will accept. If your buyer purchases your item outright, meaning that there were no offers made, then there is a 3-hour window that your buyer has to cancel the sale. So we always recommend that people do not ship any sales before that 3-hour period passes. It's happened to me in the past where I got really excited about getting an outright sale, and then I shipped the item right away before the 3 hours was up, and then by the end of the 3 hours, somebody ended up canceling their order. I think the buyer will get notified if that is the case, and they will be able to decide if they want to purchase the item, they don't want to cancel the order, or if they want to receive a return label so that when they do receive the order, they can ship it back to you. In that case, Poshmark does cover the shipping fee, but it just kind of puts your item in this limbo period where it can't be sold, it's not being sold. What happens if the person doesn't end up sending it back? You get paid out, but still, it's just a whole mess. So try to avoid shipping before that 3-hour period is over. If you accept somebody's offer, or if you send out an offer to likers and somebody accepts that, the offer is binding, meaning the buyer cannot cancel the order and you don't have to wait the 3 hours to ship the item. You are allotted 7 days to ship your item out once it sells before a buyer can cancel the order. If you go past the 7 days, then the buyer will get an opportunity to cancel the order. If for some reason you cannot ship within those 7 days, it's really important to contact your buyer and let them know what the situation is. I've found that if I am just open and honest with my buyers and I tell them the reasons why I cannot ship within that time frame, they're usually pretty understanding, and it's just good customer service in general. Now that we've gone over all of that, let's go into the whole process of actually shipping your items. So whenever you make a sale, Poshmark emails you a shipping label. You can go into your email and print the label from there, or you can also do it this way on your desktop computer and go into the sale page, scroll all the way to the bottom, and download your own shipping label. If you have multiple sales that have sold that you need to ship out, you can also select multiple, print the shipping labels that way, and you will be sent a file through your email with all of the labels in one PDF so that it will be easier for you to print out. You can always use a regular printer for this and then just cut the label out and tape it onto your package. Or if you want to invest in something to make the process a little bit faster and easier, you can always purchase a thermal printer. I personally use a Rollo. I started out at the beginning just cutting out all of my labels and sticking them on my packages, taping them up. But I found after many packages, the cost of tape was actually adding up a lot, and it actually takes a lot more time. So if you do see yourself turning your Poshmark side hustle into a business-like hobby, then I would definitely recommend looking at getting a thermal printer. There are a bunch of different kinds on the market. You don't have to have the one that I have. Rollo even came out with a new wireless version if that's something that you're interested in, but I will link all of the tools that I use down below. If you have no printer at all and you don't even want to think about buying a printer, that is totally fine too. Poshmark announced at last year's Posh Fest that you can download a QR code on your phone, and you can actually take this code to your local USPS post office and they can create a label for you on the spot. So if you are maybe a new seller or you're only selling a couple couple things and you have no printer, this actually might be the best way to go, because then you don't have to pay for anything additional. I know a few sellers who didn't have printers and they would go to their local library to print out their shipping labels, or maybe you live in an apartment complex that has an office that can be used by the residents, and they would go into, you could go and print your shipping labels there. It doesn't really matter, but this new feature, or new-ish feature that Poshmark has, really makes it accessible for anybody to sell on Poshmark. Moving on to shipping supplies. What are you supposed to ship your items in? Shipping supplies range anywhere from reusing old boxes to creating your own personalized custom poly mailers. It is totally up to you how you want to ship your items. I'm just going to share with you some tips that I recommend in order to make sure that your items arrive safely to your customer. I personally like to use free resources anytime that I can, not only to lower my cost of goods, but also to keep it as eco-friendly as possible. The most eco-friendly way to ship an item is to reuse old boxes. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of shipments in from Poshmark and from Amazon and from wherever I am buying from online, and so I always like to save the boxes so that I can reuse them and find the perfect box to ship out my sales. If there are shipping labels on your box, be sure to remove them, or you can cover them with your new label, or there are tools that you can actually use to cross out your shipping information as well. I have one of these myself, I just couldn't find it. I was gonna show it to you guys, but here is a screenshot anyway. And it goes beyond even just reusing boxes. You can reuse poly mailers that have reusable seals on them, so that if you receive a package and it has that second adhesive, you can also reuse it on there. You can also reuse packing supplies. This is a bag that I got from an order from The Real. This is a bag that I received from when I did my Temu order. There are so many different shipping supplies that you can reuse, so make sure you are saving those things so that you can use them in your Poshmark packages. Poshmark has always pushed for creating this special buyer experience by packaging your items up with tissue paper, maybe including freebies or notes, and I've learned over the past 10 years that those things are just a little bit unnecessary. They do provide a fun experience for your buyer, but if you are shipping many packages in a month, the costs can also add up. So just be aware of what you are spending on your shipping supplies. Poshmark also really likes it when you write handwritten notes. I personally don't have enough time for that, so I like to personalize my packages in another way, and one of those ways is by using customized stickers. This is something that I create with my Rollo printer, which is a thermal printer. I think a roll of stickers is around $10, but I believe there's around like 3,000 stickers that I got in total. I designed stickers and then printed them on my Rollo. I have a whole video explaining how to do this if this is something that you're interested in, but just having a little touch like this helps me build a brand, helps me make that personal touch on my package, and it doesn't hurt my profit margins all that much, because I think each sticker came out to about like less than a penny. So it's a great way to just add a little touch to your packages. This next option for shipping supplies is something that makes Poshmark stand out from any other selling platform, and that is the fact that you can use any USPS branded priority mail shipping supplies to ship out your packages with Poshmark's discounted rate, and these shipping supplies are absolutely free. You can pick them up from your local post office, or you can order them online and get them delivered straight to your door. And this is a great option whether you are a large reseller or you're just starting out. Free is always great, and the boxes are reusable as well. I'm going to show you some of my favorite options that I like to keep on hand for my Poshmark sales. This is the flat rate bubble wrap envelope. This has bubble wrap lines all on the inside here, and it is made out of like a plastic. I like this one especially during the rainy months because it can protect my package a little bit more than the next one I'm going to show you. This is the Priority Mail Tyvek mailer, and this one is just paper, but it is very strong. It's actually kind of hard to rip, but I don't believe that this is waterproof, so that's why I will switch between these two. As you can see the size difference, this one is definitely bigger than this one, but I use these almost daily for almost every single package. They fit so many things inside, and they are self-adhesive. So you just take this strip off and it will stick to itself. Moving on to boxes, this is the Priority Mail small flat rate box, and it just folds up super easily. I usually pick this one up at my local post office, but you can order these online. I believe these are only available online unless your post office carries them. Mine doesn't, so I have to order these in bulk. But this one is also self-adhesive. I love the self-adhesive boxes because it just helps me save on tape. Moving on to the next size, this is this flat rate medium box. This is what it looks like. This one is also self-adhesive. It has this thing right here, so you just stick it to itself and it is good to go. The medium box also comes in this square size, so this is also called the medium flat rate box. This one is not self-adhesive, so you have to tape it yourself, and you just build out the box like this. But this is actually probably one of my other most used shipping supplies, this free medium flat rate box, and this is always available at my post office. The last one that I use is the large flat rate box. There is another one that's even bigger than this, but my post office doesn't carry it. I usually just get it from other packages and reuse these. That's another reason why I like these, because they're very sturdy and I can reuse these boxes plenty of times. So it just folds up, and then I use a tape gun like this one to tape it up, and it is good to go. If you don't like the USPS mailers, another great place to get shipping supplies is Amazon. You can get really cute printed poly mailers, and they have a whole bunch of different designs. You can even get boxes. You can get padded mailers. You can get a whole bunch of things on Amazon if that is something that you want for your closet. I have definitely done my fair share of purchasing poly mailers on there. For me, just because of the cost, I always prefer the free over anything paid, but these are definitely cute, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on poly mailers when I have used them in the past. Now it's time to actually put together a package. So I have a couple packages here that I need to ship out, so I thought I'd show you just the process of how I ship. The first is going to be this bra. I pre-package all of my items in these holographic poly mailers, which I also purchase on Amazon. I do this because of the way that I store my items. I do have a big inventory, so I try to stay as organized as possible. I will keep my items in these after I photograph them, and then I put the inventory number on them so that I can find them easily. But even if you don't ship your items, or even if you don't store your items originally in a plastic mailer, this can be a good layer to have, and then stick this inside of a poly mailer or a box or whatever you want to do. So this is actually a sports bra. I'm just going to see if it will fit in this little box here. And this is where you would stick in your business card, a thank you card, if that's something you want to do. Some people like to include stickers in their packages. I'm just leaving it as is. I'm going to take off the adhesive here, and then I am going to close it like that. I'm going to get my shipping label, which I printed out on my Rolo, and these are just really easy self-adhesive stickers. Stick that on and it's ready to go. See, this is why I say it's great to have a Rolo printer or any kind of thermal printer, because it makes the shipping process a lot easier versus having to cut out a label and then tape it on. Next, I'm going to take one of my custom stickers, and I'm just gonna find a little place here to stick it on the package. So I'm gonna actually use it to close off that box, and it's all good to go. Super easy to ship out, and it took me like a minute because it was already packaged up. Now for something that is not packaged up fully, I am going to actually ship out this set. This is by UGG. It's a 2-piece loungewear set, and this actually sold pretty quickly. This is very chunky, and it's not gonna fit in my plastic poly mailers, so I'm actually going to use this guy right here. This is why I like having just a different range of shipping supplies that I can reuse. This is from The Real, and obviously you can use any kind of dust bag. I've seen people actually get these custom made, and you can like print your logo on it or print something on it. I'm sure they probably sell them in bulk on Amazon as well. But I'm going to stick this in here. I'm going to use this medium flat rate box. I'm going to tape her up with my tape gun. This is another time saver for sure. It really streamlines the shipping process. It's a little bit loud, but it's a lot faster than having to find the edge of the tape, pull it off, and cut off pieces. I'm just gonna stick this in here. It looks like that. It's a perfect fit, and it's ready for a label. Once your items are ready to go, you have a couple options to get them shipped. You can drop them off at your local post office. I usually do it that way. I don't wait in line or anything since I already have labels on my packages. I just drop them off at the counter. Sometimes your post office will have a drop-off section or a bin where you can put pre-labeled packages. But in case they don't, you can always leave it on the counter or just ask your post office where is the best place for you to leave your items. Some people like to get their items scanned in and have a receipt to make sure that their items shipped. I'm fortunate that my post office is great and I've never lost a package, but if you feel more comfortable getting your items scanned in, then you can wait in line and have them do it that way. You can also drop off packages inside of the USPS drop boxes. You might see the blue little boxes around your town, but you have to make sure that the packages fit. I know that the boxes will not fit, so if I have things in poly mailers, I will just push them through there. Fortunately, there's one right in front of my store, so it's really easy for me to just put items in there. You can also schedule USPS pickups, and this is recommended if you have a few packages or maybe you just can't make it to the post office and you want to get your items shipped out. You can do this on the USPS app or on the website, and you can schedule your mail person to come and pick up your packages. Whatever method works for you is the right method. That is pretty much it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Congratulations again on making your first sale, and I wish you many more to come. Stay tuned for more videos from this Poshmark's mini basic series where I share all of my tips and tricks for getting started on Poshmark. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!